Grand rising, grand evening, whatever time it is for you. So this evening is going to be the blood moon eclipse in Pisces, I believe. This is a pivotal and beautiful time to release any stuck or stagnant energy, to allow any wounds, any pain, really anything in your emotional body that needs your attention, that you need to sit with, and that you need to feel and heal through, to allow those things to come to the surface so that you have the opportunity to do that. You may experience a bit of a push from the universe, from the ethers, these things being pushed to the surface. As they do, I recommend that you do not fight the feelings that come up, because, spiritual bypassing is another way that even in the spiritual community, often people keep themselves stuck in the same cycles. So something that I recognize and that I think that I have shared in past videos is that on our journeys, within the ascension journey, it happens in a spiral. So we have these cycles within cycles within cycles, and there are pivotal points in our journey that change us forever. They change the truth of our being. They unlock and awaken certain aspects of ourselves that were in our subconscious, so that were not yet brought to our conscious awareness. They are crossroad moments that trigger a fragmented part, or trigger a state of remembrance in a fragmented part that either was taken from you due to a certain trauma or situation or experiences that you faced on your path and during your human experience, or So something that I recognize is, I guess I'll share a little bit of my personal journey, just for an example. In September, I think the week of the 23rd in 2023, I experienced a grave injustice. Both me and my children were targeted, and unfortunately, there was a lot of corruption and state-level collusion that went into that experience in the way that it played out. Now, I've noticed that both in 2023 and in 2024 and even now in 2025, that same crossroad moment. So when these crossroad moments reemerge, the experience might look different, but the feeling, the trigger, or the response that is dredged up in your emotional body is going to be the same. And this is a good indicator of whether or not you are being met with another crossroad moment. This is source, this is the universe testing you and giving you the opportunity to utilize everything that you've gained, all of the wisdom, knowledge, and information and data that you have collected within that new cycle up until that crossroad moment, and how you are going to respond. Are you going to respond the same way that you did when you met that same crossroad moment last year or the year prior to that? Or are you going to respond differently and utilize the new tools, information, and wisdom that you've gained to navigate towards a different outcome? Well, in my past crossroad moments, I am someone who is very much rooted in the elements of fire, water, and air. Those are the elements that have propelled me forward. Those are also the elements in my past cycles when I was met with the same crossroad moment that caused me to impulsively, respond in the ways that I responded. something that I recognize when I was met, when that same feeling of injustice, of imbalance, of unfairness, when that was brought to the surface today, you know, I almost allowed all that fire, that water, and that air, all that passionate fire, water, and air to, I almost responded from that place. Thankfully, I did have a conversation with a friend who, that conversation did give me just enough time to pause, to assess, to reflect, and to recognize that, oh man, this is a crossroad moment. This is the same feeling I felt then. This is the same feeling that I experienced in 2023 and that I experienced in 2024. And I've learned quite a bit, you know, since that time. I have so many new tools, wisdom, knowledge, and information, specifically when it comes to corruption and state level pollution. That was not information that I had during those cycles. And so the way that I went about responding and handling those situations actually put me in more danger and caused me to be further retaliated against and exploited. Well, what is the element I have been missing? So within this cycle, this year, I have my main focus in what I have been learning from my guides is the element of earth, grounding, remaining in a tempered state, not responding when I'm all water, fire, and air, taking a moment to pause, to feel through, and sit with my feelings until I am rebalanced, until I am tempered, and then from that space, still not responding, instead of being so instinctual, because a lot of us intuitives are very instinctual beings, balancing my intuition with strategy, right? You need both air, fire, water, but those things can really put you in some sticky situations if you don't have earth, if you don't have your grounding, if you don't have your temperance. So that's just a little bit of my own personal journey and something that was brought up for me today. I did a lot of crying, I did a lot of releasing, and I did a lot of assessing. There are going to be beings that have, there are going to be new situations, new experiences that are going to dredge up these old responses, reactions, and triggers from your past crossroads moments. And this is an opportunity to show the universe what you've learned and put it into practice. But this eclipse is a beautiful time to allow for room within your emotional body, because there are a lot of things, you know, that we can unknowingly harbor, and they can affect the outcomes, the manifestations that we want to see come to fruition in our life. So when those things come up, when those triggers, those experiences that return in your emotional body, allow them to come up and allow yourself to feel through and heal through those things, so that there is space for the energy that you want and the energy that you want to alchemize and sit in. I am sending out so much love to the universe and beyond. I might get on here later, but I just thought that this little bit of information might help. We all have crossroad moments, and this is your opportunity to move forward with what you have learned during this cycle as it closes out. Bye.